Hey guys, this is Rob Caputo, and this is Talking with Cars. I'm here with Matty Matarazzo and this 1930 Ford Model A. Over 4.8 million of these vehicles were produced between the years of 1927 and 1931, and I believe there's about 100,000 of these still in existence out all over throughout the country and worldwide, and they're still running today. A 90-year-old vehicle still running to this day. And this is a great specimen, and it is for sale. I'll put Matty Matarazzo's information down below in the description. If you're interested, please give him a shout. He's looking to move this one on to a new owner, and we're gonna take this one for a spin, find out a little bit more about it, talk to Matty about the history, and this is Talking with Cars. Hey, Matty.
Hey, good morning, Rob.
Good morning. So we're ready for a startup of this Model A?
Yes, we are.
All right, very cool.
Pedal is way down here. You got to have a good stretch leg.
Okay. Oh, that started right up.
Yep.
Beautiful.
My new cars don't start up that quick.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the exciting things about this car is that, you know, it's got a hand throttle plus a foot throttle, and then it's got a timer lever. So if you need to adjust the timing while you're driving, you can do that, and it works out great versus running around town versus getting on a highway, which it doesn't go very often, but it really does make a big difference.
It's amazing how smooth this is. I mean, it's a 1930.
It really is. Yeah.
It's just unreal.
Runs like a clock.
And now what type of fuel does this take?
It takes regular gas. You fill it in there. It's gravity fed. There's a gas lever down here that you have to open up the gas before you can start it, right there. So you turn it the other way and that shuts off the gas.
Oh, that's very cool. Now this is a 1930.
Got a hand choke. This is a 1930.
And I know Ford made a whole bunch of different versions of the car, you know, whether it's a taxi or a wood-sided paneling, pickup truck versions, delivery versions. Now this is what? This is considered?
I believe this is the Tudor.
The Tudor.
Yeah, because it's got the back seats inside, not outside.
Right.
And it fits 5 comfortably. So the front seat, you know, falls forward.
Oh, that's super convenient. It makes it nice and easy to get in.
Real easy for large people to get in like myself, and very comfortable.
When did you get this, Matty?
I've had this for 2 years.
2 years?
And I just don't drive it enough. I mean, all of my friends who have come visit me have all gotten a ride, and now that's it. Now they want to ride in the pickup truck or the Roadster. I just, you know, I work weekends, so going to parades and that kind of stuff is not likely.
Yeah, you don't really have the time to do that
and
anymore.
that's really where this car should be, because it runs so smooth, and people are amazed when you hear it start up. It just starts right up.
And I think if people are interested in buying this vehicle, the one thing they need to understand is that, you know, they're going to be looking at a whole bunch of different vehicles out there that don't run smoothly, that don't, you know, the suspension system is compromised, you know, but this one's is tight. You know, this
it's
one's
very
really
tight,
solid.
and it runs well. You know, you have to use your hand. It took me a while to get used to the turn signals. That's left and right, and but I think if I was going to keep it, I'd have put blinkers on it, because I had a 1934, and they had blinkers, but they didn't work well. We changed them, and then it worked great. But this, no blinkers. It has a windshield wiper. The windshield actually pops out, so you can little air ventilation.
Right. It's got some adjustment here.
Yep. The heating element did not come with this car when I bought it, but it's like $189 or something like that.
Yeah, that's a fairly straightforward add-on.
Yeah, and it just pops right on over top the manifold, and then it creates heat, and there's a hole right there, little vent that the heat would come through. So
real easy to install.
Yeah.
If you have any mechanical knowledge whatsoever, you can do that within a weekend.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about these cars. You know, parts are readily available. There's not much to it. I mean, if you're mechanically inclined, you could really
let's take a look at the motor. like it was brand new.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, steering column components are very simple. They're very easy to work on. You can get to everything.
Yep. There's your kill switch for the battery. So, you know, I tend to forget that the brake lights are on because the brake sticks a little bit. And so if you don't pull it up, it stays on. So it's a good thing I have that because it won't kill the battery. But, you know, very, very simple, like my old tractors.
Really simple.
We changed the fuel filter, and honestly, it ran so much better.
Now, is that a fiberglass fan, or is that the original fan?
I think that's the real fan.
Really?
The original.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, the chrome looks great. I mean, just a little polishing here and there.
Yeah. And it, you know, it's got the two-tone paint, which, you know, it's cracking, but I think that shows its age.
Sure. I've seen cars that are less than 10 years old look like that.
Yeah, I mean, the inside of it is great. But then, you know, I think it probably sat in the sun somewhere, but it's got a nice vinyl top.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat. That's. That looks newly installed.
You know, I would agree with you. I didn't do it, but and the guy before me did not do it.
Right.
I bought this from a guy who bought it for his brother.
Okay.
Who wanted to have an antique car, and it sat in the garage for 3 years, and he never took it out. So he put it on the marketplace, and I saw it, and he said, "I'm bringing it right down." He said, "You're going to love it." And sure enough, he brought it down, and I bought it. It's got the spare tire.
I like the colors. You know, I like the orange spokes.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
It's classic. Yeah.
And the brakes. And you said that these rear windows are roll down. Look at that.
You see.
That's awesome. Makes it so comfortable for the passengers.
Yep.
They really thought of everything. Good quality workmanship. You know, it's solid.
So you want to go for a ride?
Yeah, let's take it for a test drive, right? I mean, that's going to be... No seatbelt on this one, huh, Matt?
No seatbelts, no turn signals.
And the quality was job one for Ford, but safety wasn't really there. Well, this is my first time in a Model A Ford, that's for sure.
It's
got a lot of power.
So it's less, yeah, the rear is very... it's not a tight rear. It's you got to let the clutch all the way out, and but it's. I mean, you can't downshift the first, but you can downshift the second.
Okay.
Which is very helpful. You just want to slow down.
This is a 4-cylinder, correct?
Yep.
I don't know exactly how much horsepower is in this vehicle, but it's probably 30, 40 horsepower, somewhere around there?
I think it's...
or more.
Yeah, I think it's like 45 or 60. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's up there.
You can see the radiators warming up a little bit.
Yeah.
You usually end up getting a line behind you relatively quickly because it doesn't go that fast. My mechanic the other day, and we were riding down the road.
Yeah.
And he says, "Let's go rob a bank." I feel like Bonnie and Clyde.
Let's do it. Well, it kind of brings you back to that era. You know,
Yeah.
you feel like you should be in the 30s. Wow, this is really nice.
Yeah, ride's nice.
Ride's very
steer's
smooth.
nice.
I mean,
Yep.
steering is like straight, spot
Yep.
on.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's no power steering. It's all muscle.
Yep. And all this stuff is working. Fuel gauge is working. Amperage. Yeah, I mean, it's not really bouncing around too much at all. So the suspension's solid.
Yep. Go this way.
Yeah, so you have to kind of remind yourself that this has got mechanical brakes. You know, you got to give it a little chance.
Yep.
So have you personally done anything to it, or just had your mechanic take a look at it every now and then?
Yeah, we did. No, we just we changed the gasket on the carburetor. We replaced the fuel gauge inside the fuel tank.
Okay.
It's a float. It was a cork that was deteriorating, so we were getting sediment in the bowl. So we replaced the bowl and cleaned that all up. But otherwise, no, we haven't done anything other than, you know,
Pretty simple
clean it up
stuff,
a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like any other mechanical machine, right? You got to like take it out, drive it every now and
Yeah,
then.
that's the whole key, and that's why, you know, when these two guys came to look at it, you know, they said you need to drive it more.
Yeah. So whoever's interested in this vehicle, you know,
Yeah.
when you're
Plan
buying
to take it out
plan on
once a
taking
week
it
at
out.
least. Yep.
During the
let
winter, you kind of like let it hibernate.
You can let it
but-
sit for the winter. Yep. It actually has a disconnect on the battery, so this and my 1931, we don't have to disconnect the battery because it already shuts it.
It already
disconnects.
shuts.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh. Where was the original owner from?
Well, the one I bought it from was from up by Lake Wallenpaupack.
If you had to do anything to it right now, what would you do?
I would put blinkers on it.
Blinkers.
I'm just not really good at getting my hand out the window. And I've had newer cars that don't handle this well.
Yeah. It just blows my mind that this car is about 90 years old. You know, it just really
Yeah.
blows my mind. In this case, everything's mechanical. If it's broken, you're going to visually see it. You're going to know it's broken. And parts are cheap for this too. There's like tons of manufacturers out there.
All those gaskets was $8.99.
$8.99. That's
and
it.
the bowl and the fuel thing.
Yeah.
$8.99. The other nice thing about it is that it's got a footrest for your pedal. If you're riding on the highway for a long time, you want to get just the ball of your foot on the gas pedal. I mean, whoever thought of that back then?
Well, the Model A was the successor for the Model T. So first it was the Model T, then the Model A, and Henry Ford, really wanted to make some significant changes to the car. I think it was his family that wanted to make significant changes to the car, and they decided to create the Model A, and then they kind of, at the time, perfected all those little nuances.
Yeah, we had, growing up on the farm that I grew up on, my grandfather had a Model T that we turned into an irrigation pipe truck. It was a pickup truck, and we welded a frame around it so it had a rack going over the hood. So you'd have 40-foot pipes extended out over this and going out the back. And it was so funny because my dad finally sold it before I was 16 because he said he knew if he didn't sell it before I had my license, I would spend the rest of my life trying to rebuild it. And that's probably true.
Yeah.
But how ironic is it now that I'm buying them already done? Love that sound of the gears.
It does sound good.
It's like an old classic car, which it is, but I mean, it's the only time you ever hear that.
And on a road like this, you can easily go 50 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
No issue at all.
No.
I mean, but again, you got to remember mechanical brakes. You got to like give yourself a little time.
Yeah, I've had no problem with the brakes. They stop me when I need to stop.
Yeah. Really fun, Manny. Thank you so much for bringing me out.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's always nice to have a ride in a Model A.
Definitely. So we're going to post your information down below in the description. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, they can give you a shout.
Yeah, best to email me.
Email you?
Yep. That's Matty.
Hey, I hope you liked the video. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so that next time a new video comes out, you get notified, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.